right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here, and I'm here with Cameron Vancamp. Cameron, how we doing, my man?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man, no worries at all. And Cameron, man, you just had a fight not too long ago. Talk us a little bit more about that matchup and what could maybe be next for you.
Uh, yeah, it was a good matchup. He's a 4-0 boxer, D1 athlete, and I knocked him out in the second round. So couldn't ask for a better performance. As far as next, I'm just trying to get something lined up. We've had some talks lately, but nothing solid yet. So.
Yeah, no, fair enough, man. And obviously, the big question is, there's been a lot of talk on social media with this guy spending a lot of DMs, man. Can you talk us more about that? What's going on with everything?
Yeah, well, that would be awesome next match. But yeah, so this dude, Ruben Warr, he just had pretty nice knockout. But he's kind of from my area. I'm from Indiana. He's from Kentucky, and we kind of known each other for a while on just like local circuits and stuff. And he fought one of my teammates, and we I feel like we both know that I'm levels ahead of him. He knows that. I know that. And we always be kind of chirping back and forth. But, yeah, the other morning, man, he just hit me up. It was like 8 in the morning with some text about wanting to spar because he's going to beat my ass. Like, just out of nowhere. Like, I hadn't said anything to this dude for months. And we start going back and forth. I just tell him, like, let's fight then. Like, I'm not trying to spar with you. Like, that's dumb. Let's fight. And he starts just being disrespectful, talking about my family, saying some nasty shit to my girlfriend. And I posted it on the internet trying to build a fight. Like, as he's sending me this shit, I'm thinking in my head, like, oh, this is perfect. I'm going to post this. I'm going to tag some people. And, I'm going to get the fight. But I don't know. I don't think he's really trying to fight me. But the shit ended up blowing up and going a little bit viral. I should have known. My girlfriend Deanna, she got pretty shitty about some of the shit he said. When he was saying it to me, I'm just thinking in my head like, oh, this is gold. I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna get this fight. That's all I'm thinking. I wasn't really like thinking about the shit he was actually saying. She sees that shit, and she wasn't gonna let that slide. So yeah, she got pretty pissed off, justifiably.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That definitely makes sense, man. And I've been reading a lot too. I believe there's people and stuff like leaving like Google reviews and stuff on his job. Can you talk to us a bit more about that too?
Yeah, that actually I felt pretty bad about because Deanna has like 500,000 followers. So once she posted on her Twitter, and you know how Twitter is, and they found his job and they started leaving some poor reviews. And then Ruben hops on and like tags me and my brother saying he's gonna sue us for defamation and shit, when all I did was post his own words. Like, I didn't say anything about him. Like, I posted what he set up. And actually the owner of his of the company he works for, really nice dude, really cool guy, he hit me up and he's like, hey, this has affected me. Is there anything you guys can do? And me and Deanna actually hopped on there and left some good reviews, and kind of said that there was some drama with some fighters, and that's what led to some of those reviews, to try to help a little bit. But yeah, the internet's crazy, man. It really got out of control.
Yeah, definitely did get out of control, man. I wasn't expecting that. And man, when it comes to like bare knuckle and stuff, have they reached out to you or anything about like these comments and stuff?
They haven't reached out. Like I said, I was hoping this was going to turn into a fight for me, because I've had a couple offers lately and that I've accepted, and then the dude like turns around and won't take it for whatever reason. So I'm just trying to get any fight I can get. I think that would be a beautiful fight. I don't think he has anything for me. But yeah, I haven't heard anything from them. They did leave a comment on Deanna's Twitter, saying something that made it sound like potentially maybe they'll reach out or something, but we'll see how that goes.
Huh, that's definitely interesting. Now, I did see they left a comment back, but I think before that they just left like a deleted tweet. It was like 2024 be a wild year or something like that. You see that one too?
Yeah, that's the one that was making me think, well, shit, maybe they're gonna like let me fight this dude. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense, man. And when it comes to like bare knuckle, man, how's training been? And how has it been since switching from MMA to kind of bare knuckle now?
Man, I love it. It's so fun. I've always loved boxing, and just the style with the, like, I box really well with small gloves. Like if we're doing MMA sparring, so like when you mix boxing with small gloves essentially. I mean, it's just your hands, but it's on point for me. I love boxing. I grew up as a wrestler, but then I started fighting, and I like striking now. So uh, I just run a lot, box. I love the way I train. I love my schedule with it now. So it's really what I feel the perfect sport for me to showcase what I want to show about myself.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. And speaking a little bit more about your hands, man. I mean, you got some pretty sick tattoos. Talk to us a little bit more about some of your favorite ones you got on you.
Man, okay, my absolute favorite one. Let's see if you can see it right here. I got my kid's name, and then a lot of people get their kids' handprints. I got his knuckle prints right here.
That's awesome.
Like when he was a baby, I put his knuckles on. Yeah, I got sword on my back, eagle. I don't know. Most of my tattoos I picked out for like what would they look like when I was fighting. There's not like a ton of meaning behind everything.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty sick, man. Now, when it comes to your tattoos, which one do you think was maybe the most painful that you got so far?
Most painful, my neck.
Oh,
For sure, my neck. Well, the problem with this one was I got this when I was in London, and I got it, and then the next day we went to Italy, and they told me to be real careful with it. You know, your neck's sensitive skin. Well, as soon as like I got the tattoo, got on the plane, flew to Italy, jumped in the water, woke up the next morning, and like it's an eagle's wing. Uh, the whole thing was on my pillowcase, and there was no wing left. So then I was like on a crunch from time. So after the trip was done, we went back to London for a couple of days before I flew home. So I had to get it re-hit, and it's still pretty fresh skin and everything. And yeah, probably that was the worst one.
yeah. Wow, that definitely makes sense. And when you're fighting bare knuckle and stuff, or just like fighting in general, do you think the beard helps you at all when it comes to taking the shots?
Well, I have heard that Vikings and shit. Like there's some science behind the beard helps for hand-to-hand combat. I don't know, maybe it lets it slide a little bit or something, but it definitely gets me for like intimidation factor. I think I look
Yeah.
a lot more scary with the beard.
Yeah, no, that's definitely pretty sick, man. I definitely, like I said, I rock on myself. And when it comes to bare knuckle and stuff, man, what's maybe some cool behind the scenes stuff, and maybe a fighting fan might not know about?
Man, the whole community with bare knuckle is just really tight knit. Like when I went through my stuff with the UFC, it was cool. You know, they do a good job making you feel important, like picking you up in limos and shit. But kind of when you're around everybody, unless you're like a big name, you kind of feel like kind of lost in the background. But with bare knuckle, it's like a tight family. Like everybody's really cool. They make you feel important. Like from the bottom of the card to the top of the card, you feel like you matter. And I really like that with bare knuckle.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense, man. And obviously, both are some pretty crazy sports, MMA and bare knuckle. But which one do you think is a little bit more dangerous, that bare knuckle or MMA?
Bro, I keep telling everybody bare knuckle is way less dangerous. I'm gonna get like more cuts or like cosmetic type injuries, but as far as like the brain damage that you get from definitely boxing is the top one, and then MMA, and then bare knuckle. The lower the gloves, the less force is actually like contacting with your brain. So I'll get cuts and whatever. I might like lose some teeth, which that's like my biggest fucking fear with bare knuckle. I do not want to lose a tooth. But as far as like brain damage, definitely bare knuckle is the least dangerous out of all three of the sports for sure.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Now, when it comes to the nerves, which one do you think you are more nervous competing in, MMA or bare knuckle?
Man, I haven't had nerves for a fight in so long. Maybe my first bare knuckle fight, I was a little bit nervous, but not because of the fight, because of where I was at in my career and how things had went, and I hadn't fought for a while, and I was like, "Fuck, I really gotta show something now." So I had nerves in the fact of like performance nerves, but not like nerves of like being scared to fight.
Okay. Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense, man. And you mentioned you have like your kid's knuckle print on you. I mean, what's
Yeah.
maybe some of your favorite memories that you might have with your kid?
So so I'm in the gym a lot, and when he's little, I'd be bringing him up to the gym, and he used to cry like just if we were wrestling, he would cry. He didn't want to, or he'd run over and try to hug me. He didn't want to see, so I had to quit taking him to the gym. As he got a little bit older, he's 8 now. I started bringing him back to the gym, but he wasn't like training or anything. Like he had boxing gloves and stuff at home, and sometimes at home he'd want me to show him some shit, but he would just kind of sit, maybe play on the cell phone. Now that now whenever I take him to the gym, he loves coming. Like in the mornings, I'm sparring with Chris Lytle and some of the more veteran guys at the gym, and Kale sits there and he'll climb up on the boxing ring and he'll be in my corner, and like I'll come over in between rounds. He's like, Dad, you got to keep your hands up. I'm like, yeah. And then whenever we're done working, he's like wanting me to. He's like, all right, Dad, I want you to be my trainer now. You gotta, do some drills with me, and I'll have him, do some hand pads, do some drills, and then my buddy Damien, he runs like kind of a fitness boxing class out of the gym, and then so after we're done with the hand pads and maybe he'll hit the bag a little bit, he goes to Damien, and Damien has like a degree for like exercise and shit like that, and so he'll tell Kale like go lift up that kettlebell or go do 10 squats with this, and then Kale's like lifting the weights, and he just keeps asking for more and more, and it's just cool to see him excited about doing something that's like hard work, and that I don't like make him do. He like wants to do it, so that's definitely my favorite part with that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely pretty sick, man. And man, outside the cage, I mean, what do you typically like to do as well too?
Yeah, I like to travel. Me and my brothers were kind of like nerds. We play like Magic the Gathering and shit like that. It's a lot of fun. I'm actually playing right now with some of my buddies. Like we're in the middle of a game. I had to step out to do this.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, no, no. Yeah, so we do some fun shit like that. But yeah, I like to travel. I like to hike. I like to be outside. Do some nerdy shit sometimes. Just really hang out with my brothers and my family.
No, that's awesome, man. And when it comes to music, I mean, what's maybe some of your favorite music you like to jam out to?
Music. I'm all over the place with music. It depends on my mood, but I grew up listening to a lot of rap, but I just like anything that's vibey. Anything that's like has good vibes, but it's gonna make me feel like up. Like not anything that like down or like real violent type shit. Just shit that make me feel good.
Okay. Now, when it comes to music, do you go to any concerts and stuff during your free time?
I'm not really big on concerts. If I would go to anything with music, it'd be more like a festival or something. I'm not huge on. I don't like being in the crowds. I like to be what the crowd's looking at. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when I'm at a concert, I just feel like, man, I'm just sitting here like fucking giving all my energy to this person. I'd rather, if I'm gonna listen to music, I'd rather just be on my own, listening to music, jamming out, doing whatever I want to do. I don't want to just sit there and watch somebody do this shit.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. I definitely understand that. And when it comes to like TV and stuff, you ever watch like any movies or TV shows? What's maybe some of your favorites if you do?
I don't watch TV really at all until I started dating my girlfriend, and we'll be chilling in between practices and stuff. She'll turn on shows and shit, but usually it's just whatever she wants to watch. I'm really never been huge on like just chilling out watching TV. I don't really have time for that.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear you. I'm kind of the same way when it comes to that stuff. And when it comes to fights, do you maybe watch some fights in your free time? And if so, what's maybe some of your favorite fighters?
Yeah, I've been watching fights. Once I started getting higher up and like approaching the UFC, I kind of quit watching it because I didn't want to idolize those guys I was gonna watch, or that I was gonna fight. Now I watch it a little bit more because my girl likes to watch it, so we'll watch it whether we're together or like separate. We'll call each other and watch the fights together. I always fucking love the Diaz brothers. I love those guys. Growing up, one of my favorites was Carlos Condit. I just loved his style. I wouldn't say that I necessarily have a favorite fighter now. I guess you could still say the Diaz brothers.
Yeah, no, the Diaz brothers are definitely sick. And when it comes to Diaz bros, did you maybe tune into that Diaz fight with Jorge Masvidal?
I actually didn't. I really wanted to watch that one, but I didn't catch it. I caught the highlights. I did catch the highlights, but yeah, it was good. I was glad he won. I was glad.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely glad he won too, man. And you mentioned a little bit about traveling. What's maybe some of your favorite places you might have traveled to, and maybe some cool things that you might have saw along the way?
I like Europe. Europe's really nice. I like the culture in Europe, all over the place. Just because, like when you go to eat, it's like you walk usually. Like here in the States, you're driving a car everywhere. You pull in a parking lot, it's giant buildings. You go and you get back to your car, you leave. Whenever I'm in Europe, it's like we walk wherever we're going. We go to eat. We're usually kind of eating outside on a terrace or something. I love that type of vibe. Probably Italy. Italy's my favorite place I've been. The food there is great. Just the whole like seeing the Amalfi Coast is just beautiful.
That makes sense. I've been hearing that a lot lately from fighters. They're all saying that Italy's a pretty sick place. It might be a place I have to check out for sure. And man, it's been awesome talking to you. Thanks so much for coming back on the show. What's maybe your final message out there for the fans watching this video?
And just tune in because next time I fight, it's gonna be crazy. I promise you, it's gonna be fireworks next time. I don't know when it's gonna be because they're dragging their feet on, and some fighters aren't wanting to do it. But when it happens, it's gonna be crazy. I promise.
Yeah, no, we're definitely ready for it, Cameron. And Cameron, man, thank you so much for coming back on the show. It means a lot to me, and best of luck with your future, man.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man, stay in touch. Thank you again.
Yes, sir.